Alright guys, apologies for technical stuff here. Apparently there was an update. I don't know why this has to happen. OBS likes to reset all the settings whenever there's any kind of Windows related update. So yeah, it always takes me a minute to catch on to that. That's kind of why I do sound checks now, because, well, sometimes I don't notice the little bar not moving. I should be able to get the game audio back on as well. Bear with me here, folks. This is part of why we started late today, because of Windows updates. As soon as I turned the computer on today, I was like, ah, here we go. I think we've got this. Oh yeah. Totally distracting your bosses. My life anymore. Can't have that. Beat that thing up. Fight it. Hello everybody. Yeah, I've been working chat over here for a minute. I'm a little bit in my setting. Leah Wiley, good morning. Very good, what's up? Wanda, okay. Kathy, hello. Lumen, hey, what's up? I got the notification. Alright. So it's funny, Kathy, you type in hi Laura, like I get that a lot. It happens a lot in comments and emails, like, yeah, spell check is not like L-U-R. At all. And it usually lands on Laura, like, that's where it's kind of funny. But, like, I just automatically know, like, what's my name, Laura? I automatically, like, in my head I see Laura, so. Wanda, you said I am kind of low. Frozen pond, stupid frog, slap. Well, I might have to restart the stream here if this continues. This will be like the live stream fail, and then the next one will actually be the Zora tutorial. Jeepers. Apologies, folks. Lore versus technology, round 2,579? Give or take. One or two. There's a big black bug in the bottom of the water bucket. Okay, that's much better. Think we got it, guys. Thank you for letting me know, by the way, that that was low, because I would have just kept on trucking had not been the wiser. Kathy, I haven't had coffee. Nice. Hey, Dee, welcome, welcome. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. I think I got it squared away now. I hope. Hey Tony, welcome, welcome. Keely, what's up? Yeah, the house is filling up today. Loving that. Don't forget your bingo cards, by the way. Oh, and I was talking a little bit yesterday about the hype. So yeah, it's a new feature on YouTube, hype. And I did a little bit more research yesterday after we talked because you guys kept saying there was no button. So apparently you cannot do it for live streams. It only works for actual uploaded videos on the videos tab specifically, so it won't do it for shorts or anything else, literally just the videos. And it has to be within the last 7 days. So unfortunately, the only videos I've uploaded in the last 7 days, or within the last 7 days, would have been the Star Wars videos. So on my Star Wars uploads, you guys should see the hype tab. And it's up there like where it says save or share. It's like along that row, so you might have to scroll over to it. But yeah, it's definitely a thing now. And I don't know too much about it other than it's supposed to help out newer creators or creators that don't quite have the establishment of the more known creators. So I don't know, hopefully that helps a little bit. Keely, oh my god, fixed! I know what you were going for there. It happens to me all the time. My daughter calls it my sausage fingers. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead, since we're getting such a late start today. Excuse me, I'll go ahead and jump into some gameplay, but first I need a refill on the coffee. And I've got backup breakfast. You guessed it. Peanut butter M&Ms. Because I don't eat enough petroleum, and I'm going to eat the artificial dyes now. Dee Dee, you said I should wear my ponytail like Link with a stealth suit. Oh, the man bun? Yeah, I know, I need chopsticks. I keep forgetting to grab chopsticks. But yeah, definitely want to do that one of these days. I actually thought if I ever made it to Comic-Con, this is the version of Link I might go as, just because the hair would work. The suit, that might be a little challenging. I don't know. It would feel like an entire spandex type of situation. I don't know if I'm feeling that in the lower body region. Alright guys, about a 1, maybe 2 minutes to warm up the coffee here. I will be right back. Alright, good to go. Got the coffee in hand. And, yeah, speaking of the man bun situation here. No man bun, no game time. Alright, good enough. Close enough for government work. It's a little on the crooked side, but, you know, can't have everything. Oh, no way, Dee Dee, that's awesome! You'll have to send me a picture of that one. Yeah, some of the expressions. That's funny, Keely. The bun is done. I like it. Alright guys, I know I'm starting way late today. 16 minutes in and I haven't even moved. But I did waste 2 year Buster's Fury, so... And almost recharged it. I will go ahead and get myself out of the way and we'll get into some Divine Beast action. Toodles. Ah, the pristine sounds of Zora's domain. Where the fish people love the rain. Alright guys, welcome back, Level Up Royal here with you once again, and guys, super excited, time to do Zora's Domain, Divine Beast. I think it's called Vah Ruta. Ruta, or Ruto, one of those things. Anywho's, we got here yesterday, and I went ahead and activated the shrine, took care of that bad boy. Least favorite shrine in the game. I'm not keeping track. The very first thing you're going to want to do when you get to Zora's, folks, you're going to want to go talk to the king. The king has a special present for you. But before I get into it, if you wouldn't mind... That was terrible timing for your Urbosa's Fury.
And who might you be? The Zora King is not accepting visitors at this time. I shall escort you out. Pardon my manners, but are you a Hylian? Why didn't you say so in the first place? Please, please, come in.
Okay, it really doesn't matter how you answer here. All roads lead to the same place. Mifa who? Reminds me of the first time I saw Purah in TOTK. I was like, Zelda who? I know, right, Dee Dee? It was like I just offended the potential father-in-law. There's the sparkly teeth. Alright, there it is, swimming up waterfalls. Very awesome superpower here in the game. More Korok seeds will open up to you. It's a great time. Oh, I forgot there was this much reading in this game. Alright, wow. Yeah, I'm trying to let cutscenes play out, but I feel like that's just going to drag the stream out today if I'm going to, like, stop for reading time. I guess I get spoiled playing games like Star Wars Outlaws, where they just talk, you know, and you can listen to them. You don't have to read. Alright. Reach Zora's domain. And then Divine Beast, Vah Ruta. So I had it right the first time. Ruta. Alright guys, there's a whole bunch of side quests here. I'm going to hold off on all that stuff. You can get 2 more pieces of Zora armor. There's just a lot of fun little side quests here, but I'm going to wait until after the Divine Beast, because some of that will open up once that's completed. So for now, what we have to do to progress the storyline, go ahead and put on that Zora shirt. And approach the NPCs here. Go ahead and talk to either one of them.
I was thinking, this reminds me of the time we first met. You were just a reckless child, always getting yourself hurt at every turn. Every time, I would heal you, just as I'm doing right now. I thought it was funny how, being a Hylian, you looked grown up so much faster than I did. I was always willing to heal your wounds, even back then. So if this Calamity Ganon does in fact return, what can we really do? We just don't seem to know much about what we'll be up against. But know this, that no matter how difficult this battle might get, if anyone ever tries to do you harm, then I will heal you. No matter when or how bad the wound, I hope you know that I will always protect you. Once this whole thing is over, maybe things can go back to how they used to be when we were young. You know, perhaps we could spend some time together.
Alright, wow, yeah, I did not remember that being quite in depth. I guess I've just, you know, auto-skipped that for the last 8 years. Wow, been a really long time. So yeah, very good, like, well put together cutscene stuff there. Definitely liked the storylines in this game. So yeah, Dee Dee, I was reading that. I don't think that's why she was in love with Link. That was kind of a tearjerker first time watching it, not gonna lie. Alright, so they're talking about 20 shock arrows. Now, I've already got these in my inventory, so I don't actually need to go up there and get them. But just in case you're interested, I will take you up there just to kind of show you they're loosely, like, around everywhere. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and farm a few, and then we'll get over to Prince Sidon. Yeah, Keely, so I typed, I guess you could say, the description yesterday. I got ahead of myself there just a little bit. And, yeah. So yeah, I was just basically getting to Zora's domain yesterday. I wasn't Sidon's dentist. Huh. Yeah, that's true, Marigold. In TOTK, he never did warm up. Grumpy old fart. Young Frankenstein, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, true that. So Marigold, I did the same thing. I didn't, you know, at that point in my gameplay, I hadn't figured out how to kill those things yet, and it was terrifying. So I just kind of did my best to sneak around and get the arrows I needed. Hey, Purple Rain, welcome back. That's like the never-ending waterfall. Alright, I went up the wrong waterfall. It would have been quicker to go that way, but since I'm here, I'll just hot-foot it. Take advantage of my stealth speed up. I get so spoiled with this thing at night. I am just a figment of your imagination. Never mind me. Yeah, thanks, Purple Rain. Should be good. I got some good sleep last night. I got the coffee flowing today. I have not had breakfast yet, however. I don't know. I ate pretty bad yesterday, and like I woke up with that disgusting full feeling, and I just did not have an appetite. So yeah, I decided to hold off on breakfast. But enough about breakfast. So yeah, guys, the shock arrows, they're just around. Check all the trees especially. Now you might find some sparklies in the grass or something, but for the most part you're definitely going to see them in the trees. Especially working your way up toward the mountain, just to show you exactly on the map where I started there. And that was with these trees right here. I don't even know how many I've collected so far, so I'm not going to get like all 20. But I'll just kind of point out like a way to do it where you don't really have to get tangled up with that Lionel. And a couple of these trees aren't going to have them, which is kind of frustrating. But there's our Lionel, guys. Again, super terrifying, hyper aggressive. The music starts pumping, your hands get sweaty, it's just a nightmare. But you can just avoid him with your stealth. So if he looks at you, of course, he's going to start getting that question mark forming, but kind of keep yourself down out of his line of sight. And you should be able to collect these things relatively easily. I wouldn't sprint around. If you're going to rely on stealth, just walk, you know, normal idle speed. Don't push the B button to sprint. But yeah, just go ahead and farm the area here, get a whole bunch. And guys, if you really don't want to do it here, you really don't have to. It's just where the game sends you. But there's other options to get your hands on shock arrows. For example, right off the Great Plateau here, if I can figure out where the Great Plateau is. Just south of the Great Plateau, Lake Hylia. Right down here, there's going to be some floating chests. A couple of those will have shock arrows. And over here, there's another one with some shock arrows. Again, those are wooden floating chests. In addition to that, guys, you can actually buy them. You can get them from Gerudo Town. I know that's a little bit out of the way for an early game situation. But another place that you might already have unlocked is good old Karak Forest. Go inside the Deku tree. He also has shock arrows for sale in there as well. So hopefully that'll give you quite a lot of options there. If you really didn't want to have to come up here and get tangled up with this guy. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and let him live and let live. Matter of fact, I might just go ahead and get the photo now. Because later on we're going to need a... Actually, no, I'll do that with my side quest video. So yeah, for now we just got to make it to Prince Sidon. And as you go up the mountain here, you might even get more shock arrows, case in point. Wow, there's a lot up here. 4, right there on that one little tree. Wonder what that says.
Ah, I should have known. I thought it was going to say no teenager Zoras allowed at Lookout Point. But, yeah, I was completely wrong on that. Alright guys, so Prince Sidon, he will be waiting for us right down here at the end of this pier. And fun facts here at this little spot, there's a chest and a Korok seed, so I'm going to go ahead and get both. Our good friend the Korok. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Hey, Brad6360, good to see you again. Hope you had fun running the route yesterday. This is one of my more fun type favorite areas, just for like leisurely, I don't know, casual stroll type stuff. You get the best of all worlds on that route. Oh, that's awesome, Purple Rain. I love it. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Kathy, I see spell check got you there again. The vinyl. Spell check. The bane of our existence. Oh, that's right, Dee Dee, Laurelin. I keep forgetting about Laurelin Village. That is another shock arrow store. General store right down there. He's on the pier. Yep, good call. Thanks for throwing that out there. A red vinyl. It sounds like a red record. Ha! Boomin' Lover's Leap. Yeah, that would have been fitting. Alright, treasure chest. I mentioned that. It is around here somewhere. I actually walked right by it. That's right, Royal Shield. Now that's a leveling shield, so if your KO credit isn't very high in your game yet, that might be, you know, soldiers or something, maybe even a knight's shield. But because I got my KO credit topped off. Actually, it's not quite topped off yet. I still haven't seen bumps on a couple of my key weapons that I'm still waiting for. Alright, you do have a free bed here to replenish your hearts if you want it. Go for it. And guys, before you get into this, I would drop a hard save. Just in case, you know, things go wrong, you waste a bunch of arrows, you know, this kind of gives you a chance to reset, kind of go back into it. But I'm going to show you a way I like to do this, and in order to pull that off, I like to have a long-distance bow, and again, make sure you've got those shock arrows equipped before you talk to the prince. Otherwise, the game will just keep like, repeating itself, and you're wondering what's going wrong. So you have to have two things here to proceed. You've got to have your shock arrows equipped, bow doesn't matter, and you've got to have on the Zora armor so that you can ascend the waterfalls on the Divine Beast. So once you got those two things equipped, then you can go ahead and talk to Prince Sidon, Mr. Shiny Teeth. Ting! Love it. The coolest smile on the planet. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yeah, true that, Brad. There are no high-level enemies there. It's more like of a good middle of the road. But yeah, awesome loot. And that is insane on your frog count. Like, dang. No gold rupee again. Just out of curiosity, what rupee was it? Because I know I got a blue rupee. I went back and double-checked my stream. Yeah, Purple Rain, so that was like the main reason I went after silver enemies early game. It was the gemstones, just to have the cash flow. And, you know, the power to upgrade whatever super suit I wanted. And then, of course, the royal weapon drops and stuff was just a nice Fringe benefit. Brad, you got a green. I can hear the music playing in your head. Wah, wah, wah. So depressing. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and proceed on here. I am ready. I'm ready! I'm ready. I'm ready. I think this is like one of the cooler music cutscenes in the whole game. So it's funny, I have a bad habit of like skipping dialogue. You guys know this by now. My very first playthrough, I had no idea what I was supposed to do here. No clue whatsoever. Hey Atlantis, welcome, welcome. You made it just in time for our Divine Beast incursion. Alright, so go ahead and get your Cryonis ready. You can actually bust these. And you kind of have to, you know, keep yourself safe. So you got to be quick on the draw to get those done. But as you're approaching this, just start spamming the A button. And you'll hit that waterfall the moment you do. And then guys, take that bow and arrow out ASAP. Hit the first one and then spam the glider button again. And that'll get your glider back out so you can actually hit 2 of these with one go. It just saves a lot of time, a lot of effort, you know, having to remount, sight on, break more ice blocks, and do that all over again more than once. Oh yeah, I'm sitting here babbling, not really paying attention. So you want to get back down into the water pretty quick too, so you can get back on sight on and hopefully avoid that ice block. But again, I was taking too long babbling there.
Can we get rid of that ice?
I keep missing my
Shock arrows ready?
ice shots. Okay, spam that A button, airborne. And again, you should be able to double hit this. Go ahead and take that arrow out the moment you get up there. Spam that glider button. Rinse, lather, repeat, and we are DU and done. So folks, I hope that helped you out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I would absolutely appreciate that.
Well, Link, here we are. Looks like this is where the real work starts. Best of luck. Nice job cutting off the water flow from this divine beast. Show the enemy no fear. I'll see you back at Zora's domain. Farewell. Finish the job.
Apparently we work for Sidon now. Yes, sir. I will finish the job. Hey, Sean RF, welcome, welcome. Yeah, DD, in hindsight, reading your comment there. Doesn't read directions. No wonder my furniture always turns out, like, unstable. And I always have extra parts.
I must say that I am so happy now Ruta can be freed of Ganon's control. You'll need a map to prevent you from getting lost. The guidance stone there contains the information that you will need.
Yeah, I hear you, Brad. I was just reading that comment while that cutscene was playing out there. Sounds very similar to my first encounter with Zora's. And I was right off the Great Plateau. Like, I didn't do anything. I didn't go find Hestu. I got off the Great Plateau and I was just like, shiny rocks are everywhere. And that happened to be the direction I wound up. And I started talking to the Zoras and they kept telling me to go that way, so I did. Yeah, they lit me up. It was a nightmare. Yeah, no doubt, Keely. The gang is definitely getting together. Or as I call it, the band getting back together. Yeah, Dee Dee, it's funny. One time I was putting furniture together and I actually read the instructions, okay? Like, I took the time, I opened the paperwork, I tried to figure it out. I put everything out on the floor the way they told me to. I did it legit. So I get to a certain stage in the build and I realize I'm missing parts. An hour and a half on the phone later, they're finally like, okay, we'll send you a new parts package. So I had to wait like 2 weeks to build my furniture. That's what I get for reading directions, see? If I didn't use the directions, I would have gotten that thing built, no problems. Just saying. Keely, yeah, he's using Aqua Net, or whatever that waterproof hairspray is. Maybe I should use that on my man bun. Wanda, what do you mean I have to go inside? I love it. Alright guys, I need to take a quick moment to go water the horses. And Link is looking at something very intently. Maybe he just... I don't know, it's kind of a weird look. Not even sure what he was staring at. I know, right, Dee Dee? I should have had leftover parts. Alright, guys, I will be right back. Water in, water out, as they say. Oh, wait, I don't even need to redo the coffee. I've been slacking. Alright, thanks for your patience, folks. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into this beast here. Is it really, Keely? I don't know. Because I seem to be wearing a man bun an awful lot, and all I get is long throw. We don't need no stinking instructions. Marigold. I can actually hear myself saying that at times. Good stuff. Alright guys, I will go ahead and get myself out of the way one more time. Hasta la vista, baby. Alright, first things first. We are in, I think, the rear end of the Divine Beast. I don't have the map yet, so I don't really know. Actually, no, we're on the side of the Divine Beast. Okay. So yeah, we gotta go ahead and enter, and I just like to use bombs to get rid of these, save on weapons and stuff. Alright, go ahead and get rid of our guardian there. Now there's a map to open up. Wow, it's been a minute since I've been in here. Like a hot minute. I think the map is that way? So go ahead and lob a bomb underwater once again to get rid of the eyeball there. And I think there's a chest underwater. Or not. Aha. Okay, and I finally just now started feeling hungry. So it's a good thing I just happen to have a bag of M&Ms sitting right next to me within arm's reach. Always pairs great with coffee. No nutritional value whatsoever.
Good. You've obtained the map of the Divine Beast. You will see several glowing points on your map which represent the take Ruta back by activating all of the terminals. Be careful.
I just had the most amazing thought I've ever had in my entire life. The reason Link has chopstick in his hair is so that he always has his eating utensils with him wherever he goes. Now I see how he eats on the go. That's kind of like me walking around with a fork in my man bun. I would always have a fork everywhere I went, at all times. That's so smart. Alright guys, so we got our map. Now I can show you on the Divine Beast exactly where we're at. So all those glowing orbs, those are going to be our terminals. And you can't always get there from here, so I'm going to walk you through this thing the way I like to do it. I find it's pretty streamlined. Not only that, I scoop up all the chests as we go. And guys, getting back to, not reading directions. So very first time I finally figured out how to get into the Divine Beast, I was stuck. I had no idea what I was supposed to do. I couldn't progress. I was running around in circles. I finally just gave it up. And I went to bed that night, and then I woke up at like 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning to use the facilities. And then it hit me. I was like, oh my god, I bet there's a map. And I bet I can control it. And I bet I can, move it. And I couldn't wait to, log back in the next morning, and sure enough, here it was the whole time. I was like, wow, that's what I get for not reading. So yeah, it's fun being me. Alright, moving on. Very first terminal, we can actually do that one right here. And just go ahead and use Magnesis, get that sucker going. And this isn't the easiest mechanic to jive with, so yeah, you might have to play with that a little bit. But once you get that up there, you can release. It should stay put. Nom, 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 nom.
There are 4 terminals remaining.
Oh, fun fact, I learned why artificial food dyes are banned in half the countries in the world. It's because it's not actually food, it's a petroleum product. So we're basically eating oil. Yeah, appreciate that, Uncle Sam. I didn't realize I had been eating oil for the past 35 years, and then I wonder why I'm carrying disease. Oh, he did not die. That's because I missed the headshot like a genius. So, moving up. Yeah, we got a little bit of a puzzle here. First thing is first, we can go ahead and get this terminal. And you gotta time this one a little early. So I anticipate that terminal coming down to be about level. So right about there should do it. And we'll be able to go ahead and access that. Yeah, I could have done without that knowledge, Dee Dee. So now I'm going to go through my bag of M&Ms and get rid of all the red ones. I was wondering where the protein came from in these things. Now I know! Yeah, I do the same thing, Keely. I'll dream about it, or I'll wake up, like, thinking about it. It's crazy. Like, the brain really does problem solve while you're sleeping. Alright. Next thing, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong side. I think I want to be over here. I'm a little bit unsure of myself just because it's been so long, but I'll get there. Okay, so what we need to do now is, you know, start playing with the trunk. And the reason being is because it's shooting constant water out. And there's a mechanism inside the belly of the beast. That thing that's kind of glowing there in the center that looks like a riverboat wheel engine, whatever. The water will splash over that and get it turning, and that's what we want. But I can't remember the exact position. So I'm going to start here and see where that gets us. And it's going to take it a minute to kind of work its way up and get over there. But hopefully I can show it coming in so you have a good visual of exactly what's going on here. Okay, I apparently did not move it enough. Let's try that one. There it goes. Okay, so yeah, we want the wheel moving in tandem with this wheel so that we can jump from one to the other. But not just yet. I'm looking for a chest. So we're not going to jump over there. Oops, just yet. Coming up here. Oh, nuts. You gotta be quick on that. I'm all over the place with this wheel. Y'all say I make it look easy, but when I don't do it for a while, I forget the steps. So maybe you can actually just bounce back and forth. This chest should be coming up here in just a moment. It's right there opposite side of that muck. So basically we gotta like deal with getting out of the way of the muck. And then there should be an eyeball thing we have to pop here. Pow! Then you can get your treasure chest. Nice. And while we're up here, I'm going to go ahead and make a leap of faith and get over there where that guardian's sitting. So the whole purpose of that was kind of two reasons there. Ah, I still did not one-hit him? Maybe I need to bump the bow up. Go ahead and depress this switch, just in case you fall back down, you've got a waterfall. And you can just use that Zora shirt and get back up here really quickly. You don't have to deal with the wheels anymore. Alright guys, while we're here, now we're heading toward the snout. The nose of the beast. And what we're going to need to do is go ahead and get the snout all the way down to the bottom. There's going to be another treasure chest. And wait for that water to get out of your way, otherwise it'll like, get rid of Link's parachute, and that makes it tough to get up here. Go away! Alright, so while we're standing here, we're going to have to put the snout back up. There's going to be a lot of up and down with the snout. Then I should be able to just glide over there, but yeah, never mind. I missed my window of opportunity. Alright, go ahead and put that thing down one more time. Wanda, not my Mountain Dew. I know where I'm not going. Well, hopefully I think the U.S. is banning a lot of these dyes, like, real soon, within a year or something. So hopefully real soon, you know, that'll open these products up to other countries. They're supposed to be using more natural ingredients. I guess I won't hold my breath on that. Kind of like, you know, the Metroid Prime 4 launch date. I'm not holding my breath. But I'm not complaining. Not a complaint. Just, there's no date yet. Alright guys, while we're here, go ahead and start working this thing back up topside here. And be real careful with your footwork here. Don't rush it, because you can fall off this thing. Ask me how I know. So yeah, just kind of real small adjustments there on the joystick. That'll get you up to this next terminal. Oh wait, we might have to go higher up in that to actually access the thing. It has to be more level. There we go.
There are 2 terminals.
Alright. While we're here, while we're very top side, and we've got this configuration, we're going to take advantage of that. Now, there should be an eyeball thingy over here. Real tough to see. I don't know if you can actually even see it right now on my channel. But it is right down there. If you're unsure of yourself, just go ahead and throw a bomb arrow down there. That'll definitely get it. No matter where that bomb arrow hits. But on the other side, that frees up another treasure chest. I was just reading that, Wanda. So yeah, Diet Coke was my poison. That and Monster. I drank nothing else. Not even water. It's terrible. Like, it started really affecting my health, so I had to stop it, unfortunately. I miss it. But yeah, I had to give it up. Alright, so from here, guys, I don't really remember exactly where I go next. I think I kind of fly down to where that flame is. And there's some more to-dos up here. There's another terminal. Another eyeball thingy. And we're gonna have to open this up. Actually, while I'm doing that, I can go ahead and get the snout in position, and I think it's this one, if memory serves. I guess we're about to find out. Yeah, while that's moving, you can continue opening the shutters here. Okay, so that was not the right position. Maybe this one? There we go. So yeah, that'll basically put the fire out. And once you got the fire out, then we can access our terminal. Hey, Fiji Paws, welcome back. Good to see you again.
Just
Yeah, we're really getting the band back together today. Yeah, I hear you, Marigold. Yeah, Mountain Dew does have a distinct color. I remember putting it in a glass with ice and just, like, staring at the color. Like, what is this supposed to be exactly? Oh, wow, no caffeine in Mountain Dew. Huh. That's like drinking decaf coffee or non-alcoholic beer. It's like, huh. Alright guys, so yeah, we're done here. So right below us, there is a treasure chest. Nice little hiding spot right out in the open. Long throw! Who put that there? I'm drowning in long throw. Maybe I should remove the man bun and see if it stops. Yeah, it's pretty long. That actually made it out of the Divine Beast. Wowzers. Alright folks, once we got that chest, it's time to get back to the wheel. The Wheel of Doom. And from here you can just kind of fly back over to it. If you miss or you fall down, just feel free to take that waterfall back up. That'll get you back up here. Oh, and there's a little bit of a guardian problem out here somewhere. And an eyeball thing needs to pop. I thought there was a guardian out here. Stand by. Let me check on this. Not only that... maybe not. Okay, forget everything I just said. It meant nothing. Alright. This Wheel of Doom. This thing can really get you frustrated. So first thing we've got to do is go ahead and move that snout into position, and that'll get the wheel turning. And then you're going to have to be Johnny on the spot with stasis here. So that that ball is still electrifying that cage. And then we can get in there and get the terminal going. So yeah, as soon as this ball gets to this side, and before it starts moving, you gotta hit that. Pow! And that'll keep the cage down, give you plenty of time to get in there. In fact, you can probably even anticipate that a little bit earlier than I did. Just so it's not so down to the wire.
Now there should be a new glowing mark. Be careful not to let your guard down.
Alright, and go ahead and release that. I don't know if my stasis is going to recharge quick enough. Nope! Doggone it. So now, unfortunately, I gotta wait for this thing to go all the way back around. But in order to get that chest, you gotta stasis that block while it's still, like, on the sidewall over here. And same type of party, it'll give you enough time to get over there and get the chest. Before the block falls back down on top of Link's nugget and messes up his man bun. And henceforth his dining utensils. Oh, nuts! See, I was reaching for the M&Ms. Apologies, folks. I was like, oh yeah, I got time to get a quick mouthful in. But I like the cookie. Alright, so right about there. Pow! And you gotta be quick. It doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room. You gotta get in, get out. But it's an ancient core, so it's worth getting knocked in the head a couple of times in pursuit of that, I suppose. So anywho's, from here, guys, you can just go ahead and fly back down to the other wheel over there. Well... you can try to fly back down to the other wheel over there. And we're going to use this wheel to get topside here. One more treasure chest. Silver rupee, boy. Uh-oh, did I miss one? Okay, no. So, no more Sheikah Slate, no more chests. Awesome. Alright, guys, from here, that's it. That's ball game. It's all about Waterblight Ganon from here on out. Or as I called him in my first tutorial series, Iced Tea Blight Ganon. Yeah, so notice the battle arena here. Everything's underwater right now, but these 4 glowing squares, these are eventually gonna float, and the water's gonna rise. So that really, you know, limits your running around space. But I got some tricks to this, and I'll try to walk you through different methods that I used to get through it. Then I'm gonna try not to use Urbosa's Fury. So I'm actually gonna shut that superpower off so I don't accidentally, you know, trigger it. Uh-oh. How do you do that again? That's right. So yeah, just for now, I'll go ahead and disable that. Oh, I remember Squirt. Yeah, they had different flavors Squirt too. It was similar to like Sprite or something. It had more flavor than that though. I didn't realize they had stopped making that. Yeah, that tea is pretty good, Fiji. Been a while since I've had it, but I used to have it every night before bed. Hey, Link Mario, welcome back. Yeah, that's a good combo there, Marigold. There were many a cart games played with that drink in hand, specifically. Peak Valley Aerials. I think I said that right. Hey, welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, Atlantis, you're not kidding. This boss, it's no joke. This one was tough. What's up, Brian Austin? Welcome, welcome. Oh, Dee Dee, okay, gotcha. Yeah, have fun. Definitely good to see you today. We'll catch you later. And you're going to have to send me a picture of that Link costume. I am very curious. Hey, Lisa Jones. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Alright guys, let's do this little dance. Oh wow, Brian Austin, that's quite a road trip. Yeah, doing well indeed. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well as well. That didn't sound right. Hope you're doing well also. Okay, got you, Dee Dee. El Paso. Yeah, but you got those higher speed limits out there. That was one thing I liked about driving that area. I was like, oh wow, I can drive fast. I mean, it doesn't help much when you got like hundreds of miles to go, but it was something. Alright, let's do this little dance. So folks, I hope that helps you out with the Divine Beast part of things. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. And now it is time for the boss fight.
Ganon's creations. I put up as much of a fight as I could, but it proved to be my demise 100 years ago. Regardless, I believe that you are well prepared for this moment. I have faith in you.
So yeah, Link Mario, I was just reading your comment there about full outfit. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check your page for that. Definitely curious to see what that looks like. Alright guys, so basically what I like to do here, now be aware this spear attack, it will reach out and touch someone, and that someone will be you, so you kind of have to sprint your sidestep there to kind of make sure you can avoid that and keep a distance, just to make sure you can actually dodge that, because it will tag you, and it does some damage. Now if you got good armor in here, you know, that might minimize that to a degree. But guys, my golden rule of all things combat, I like to arm up, suit up, and eat up. So of course I'm going to get the absolute strongest weaponry that I've got, you know, available at my disposal. Now I'm later game. Well, I'm not technically later game, but, you know, I get my weaponry built up very early game. So I've got later game weapons at this point. So, you know, if all you got in here is like a soldier's broadsword, unfortunately that's not going to do a lot of damage. The attack power meal is going to help. But, you know, if you're really struggling with this fight, you just might want to, you know, arm yourself up a little bit better, progress through the game a little bit further, and start getting some better weapons. Because when I say easy way to kill the Divine Beast, I'm referring to, you know, having the proper armament in order to make that happen. So the good thing is, you can always just warp back to the Divine Beast. Now, I can't show that because I'm on the wrong map mode here. But once you get into the Divine Beast, it opens up a travel gate. So you can actually, you know, hit the X button to leave the area. You can go off, do other things, get better weapons, whatever you need to do. You know, upgrade your armor at the Great Fairy Fountain, etc. and so on. You know, cook yourself some meals, whatever you need to do. And then you can warp back to the Divine Beast, and you can go right back over to the Ganon fight. Or whatever this thing's called, Ice-T Blight Ganon. So yeah, getting back to arming up, suiting up, and eating up. So for me, I guess I'll just use a bare bones Royal Claymore for now. But honestly, the best bet here is going to be Guardian weapons, guys. There's a hidden damage multiplier in all these Guardian weapons because all the Ganons, and that can, you know, that includes the Blight Ganons like the Waterblight Ganon here. There's a hidden 50% attack power bonus when you're using a Guardian weapon against a Guardian enemy. So that's already working for you, booyah. Then, of course, you can use your Ancient Proficiency. That gives you a stackable extra 80% attack power bonus on that weapon. And then in addition to that, you can also stack that with an attack power meal and get an additional 50% on top of all that other stuff. So guys, just if you've got the right weapon sets, this is an absolutely devastating weapon system going into this fist fight. He is going to die very, very quickly. Not only that, I like to use a good, strong bow. Now, if you've already done Rito Village, you've got a good bow going into this already. If not, just get whatever your next best bow is going to be. You know, hopefully you got something up there decent. But again, getting back to that stackable damage, the Ancient Bow, that would be a good, solid choice going into this fist fight, because that also counts as an ancient weapon. So I guess for me, since I've got the Savage Bows, I'm going to use the Savage Bows. Actually, no, I kind of want to draw the fight out a little longer than I did in my prior... See, I'm going to dumb my weapon system down. Just in case you folks are here watching earlier game, you can see like the different attack patterns and the different methods that I've used. That I found easier in order to get this guy dead. You just have to, you know, rinse, lather, and repeat a few times because the damage really won't be there. But either way, we'll get through it. So even if you don't have the Ancient Proficiency set bonus, this is still probably going to be your super suit of choice, just because it's got the good armor against his attacks. This will keep you the most well protected in this environment. If you don't have the super suit, just whatever you have that's got, you know, a good armor rating, and you should be good to go. Alright, so enough jibber-jabber about all that. I know that was a bit lengthy on instruction there, but if you're good at perfect dodging, you can perfect dodge all these attacks, by the way. You can, you know, side hop. Of course, you got to be locked on to do all that. Well, I didn't quite time that right, but you can side hop. When he does that side swing that you just saw a second ago, you can do the back hop. And yeah, if you time those right, you'll get your perfect dodges. Of course, I don't like to do that, so I will not demo those. But what I will do is I will wait for him to do an attack, and then I will lock on an eye shot, get a headshot. And you've got time to do that. Whoops. Why did that not stun him? Do I need a stronger bow, maybe? Or shock arrows? It's been a while since I've done this fight. Okay, so maybe it just took a stronger bow. Let me try to find out where that cutoff was. I really thought that would have done it. Maybe I missed? Oh wow, look at that damage, guys. That was just with a savage bow. Straight up shot. And it was a headshot granted, you know, so that's double damage, but still, wowzers. That really puts it to him. And that's why I say it's going to be so much easier and a lot less frustrating if you, come in here properly armed, properly armored. Okay, now I hit another headshot there, and that did not stun him out of his attack, so maybe you do need a good strong bow for that. I guess I was mistaken on that. I thought any bow did the job. Yeah, that's right in the eye, and it's just not quite doing it, so... Let me try a bomb arrow. And wow, I'm about to kill him already. Didn't I just drop a hard save here? I guess I forgot to drop a hard save because I'm a genius. Oh, that's right. When you reload a save, it kicks you back to the beginning. No harm, no foul. It's pretty easy to get over there with the waterfall. Whoever put that waterfall there, I owe them dinner, because that was awesome. I can't tell you how many times that thing saved me over the years. Okay, this time I'm not going to eat the attack power meal. Again, I want to kind of slow this down a little bit. Ouch. And see if I can figure out how else to stun him. Okay, so a bomb arrow does it. Oh, no, it does not. Shock arrow? Well, I am having trouble dodging those now. You gotta be pretty far away. You gotta have a good distance on that to make sure Link can sidestep that. No, it's not stunning him. Wow, see, okay, that's something I guess I never knew. I guess any old bow does not work here. You've got to have a good, strong bow to get that headshot to get him downed. No, that didn't do it either. Nuts. I hate it when I waste a shot with this bow, specifically because it breaks so fast. Every arrow counts! Yeah, wow, that didn't down him either. Okay, well, enough fooling around with that. I guess I'll just break out the proper weapons here and do it the right way. I thought there was another way to stun him. Of course, the bomb arrow, that still works. So just so y'all know, there is an option there to do it without having the god weapons. So I guess that's how I'll demo it moving forward. Of course, I missed the eyeball there. You've got to get the headshot, otherwise it will not... No, wait, that didn't work? I thought that worked a second ago. No, I was wrong. I must have saw that wrong when it played out earlier. Well, I mean, you can see the damage is getting done, though. I'm not using the best royal bow I have. And those headshots, those eye shots, they are slowly trickling his health down. So even though it's not stunning him down, I guess that is a workable solution if you don't have the god weapons. But if you've got the god weapons, of course, that's wholeheartedly the way I recommend going in this fist fight.
Careful.
Oh wait, I guess I didn't have to take the waterfall. The door is wide open. Tee-hee-hee. Where you at, Poppy?
Careful. That's
Oh, he's right next to me. Running! Yikes! Alright guys, so yeah, getting back to arming, suiting up, and eating up, I'm just going to go ahead and run it that way, because that's the way I know. Again, you know, Guardian Weapon's the way to go. Just to show you just how devastating this is, I will absolutely do that with just a bare bones battle axe here. Of course, I got my Savage Bow, booyah. Shield probably doesn't matter much in this particular fist fight. Ancient Prof. Alright. Extra hearts never hurt nobody. Ooh, wow, I am dangerously low on heart meals. Wowzers, had no idea. I need to go do some cooking. And of course that attack power meal, booyah. Go ahead and drop that save just in case things go horribly, horribly wrong. And guys, the very first thing you're going to want to do is get that headshot. Get him stunned. Get over there, wail on him. It'll go quick. You're just going to watch this damage melt. And there it is, guys. That's already his first attack pattern over, and we really didn't even have to do any work. So that's what I say, like, it's so much less stressful if you just come in here with the proper weapon sets. Okay, it gets a little bit more complicated here. Again, less wiggle room to run around. You've got to find the floaty things. And unfortunately, he's going to keep tagging you, so it can get a little frustrating here. Just remember, a shield is your friend. Now, these ice blocks, of course, you can use your ice rune to, you know, break them, but I don't like to do that. You know, getting back to stunning him, there's a way to do this with stasis. So wait until that thing gets kind of close to you, and just whip out some kind of a burner weapon here. It really doesn't matter which one. And go ahead and smack that thing a few times. Release, and that'll actually get him downed. That'll stun him. And unfortunately, you know, he's going to be away from you, so you got to really hike it over there and just try to do your best, you know, to get over there and start doing damage. As you can see, that could have gone better. Not only that, I'm using the wrong weapon right now. So anyway, that's just one way to do it, to where the ice blocks, you know, aren't necessarily a problem. It's now a solution. And in this situation, you're just going to have to break him until you get down to the last one. And then you can switch over to stasis and kind of do the same thing. And you can anticipate... Oops. I didn't smack that one enough times. Whoopsie! Oh, this is unfortunate. Ouch. I can already see the blooper reel coming into play. Okay, so let's try to do this the right way. Break, 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 and stasis. I'm not sure how many smacks that takes with a spear. We'll try 10 this time. There we go. So yeah, different weapons have different strength as far as like what it'll push. And that's unfortunate. He's a little bit a ways away from me. So a spear helps you get reach when he lands like not close to a walkable platform, like you just saw. And of course, guys, the other option is just keep drilling him with headshots. Now on this particular attack, This is where this shield would actually be beneficial. Doggone it.
Defend yourself against those ice blocks.
Pow! Not only does it bounce back and damage him, but it knocks him. So again, this would just give you another opportunity to run over there, get him done. Now, if you've got your Bosa's Fury, guys, that's the best of all worlds. It does damage, it gets him downed. It really just is the way to go if you've already happened to, you know, have your Bosa's Fury working for you. So guys, I'm just going to go ahead and finish the fight. I feel like I've beat the dead horse enough. So I definitely hope this helps you all out. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like the video, I always appreciate that. And I am out of coffee. Problems. Nom 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 nom. Alright, I'm up to 7 heart containers.
Hello, Link.
I wonder if you guys can hear my crunching in the background.
My spirit is now free, and Ruta as well. Thank you. For I am now allowed by this freedom to be with you once again. Since I am now a spirit, my healing power would be wasted on me. I have no need of it. So therefore, I would like you to have it. Please accept Mifa's grace. Yesterday, I was awash in a pool of tears. I had nearly given up hope and resigned myself to being trapped here as a spirit for the rest of eternity. But now you're here. All this time my hope was to see you once more. Promise me that you will not hesitate to call upon my power if you ever find yourself in need. Knowing that will let my spirit rest in peace. I must go. Ruta and I have our roles to fulfill. We are both honored to be able to play the role of support. We'll annihilate Ganon together. Farewell. Save her, Link. Save the princess. Save Princess Zelda.
So one thing I never understood about Mifa was, why does she have camel toe feet and not like fish fin feet? I mean, is there such thing as like a camel fish? Either way, I don't think her feet are anatomically correct, and it always bothers me.
found a way to be useful to Link, and the other champions, of course. Our job will be to help Link as he fights Ganon inside the castle, however we can. Using your ability to drain Ganon of his power is key to our success. This is it. This will be our last chance, and everyone's last hope. If we seal him away, then we can restore peace to Hyrule. And both your duty and mine will be fulfilled. Father, are you well, I wonder? I want you to know I have always followed my heart. I'm sorry I made you worry. I wish I could see you again. Even just once more.
Alright guys, once all that tear-jerking cutscene stuff is all done, we need to once again go ahead and talk to the king to close out this entire chapter, so let's go ahead and do just that. Not only that, we're going to get our Divine Beast rewards, and that's going to be some kind of a spear and I think a shield. What sword? That's what my video series should be called. What sword? Zelda who? And everyone's happy, and the birds will sing, and the maidens will dance. You'll have to let me know if I got that right there, Dee Dee. Okay, so it's just the one chest. For some reason I thought there was two here. I'm getting confused with Gerudo. There it is, guys. The light scale trident. Whoops. Not the best attack power, but it will last forever. This thing has some durability to it. Is it worth a diamond every time? Probably not. But it's decent attack power, and it does last. So folks, that concludes our raid of the Divine Beast here in Zora's domain, Vah Ruta. I hope you enjoyed it. If you wouldn't mind taking a moment to like, share, subscribe, comment, I always appreciate those things. And as always, until the next time, best of luck and happy hunting. Alright folks, so yeah, that's it. That wraps up our incursion. So I'm going to come back on, catch up on a little bit of chat. It looks like I missed quite a bit here. Waiting for that cutscene stuff to play out. I was trying not to talk over it. So, go ahead and drop a hard save. And there's our potential ex-father-in-law just hanging out. Haha, Keely, you're calling me out on running back and forth and running around in circles. I do that all the time. Ella, if I'm saying that right, I apologize if I mispronounced that, but long-time lurker here from Sweden. Hey, good to have you. So glad you could make it. And I'm glad to see you said hello. So hello. And good to see ya. Bingo! Wanda! Arm up, suit up, and eat up! Alright! Down to the wire on that one. Adam Ross! Hey, welcome back. Good to see you again. So you got, yeah, spell check's been a thing today. That is for sure. Like, wowzers. So I can't tell you guys, like, when I'm just texting or just doing anything on my phone, I am constantly having to retype, like, half the message. Over and over and over again. It's terrible. It's because of my sausage fingers. Oh, so in case you're wondering, that bingo thing they're talking about, there's a link in the description below where you can play bingo while you watch the stream. And a lot of my lurisms, as they've come to be known. As I say things, you know, you can mark the bingo card off. It's a lot of fun. Dee Dee brought that one to the channel here. It's been a blast. Alright, Brian Austin, yeah, enjoy those depths. You can spend some time down there, that is for sure. Hey, Draven, good to see you again. Awesome. Okay, I did not know if it was on PC or not, so thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, I'm really glad you're enjoying that, guys. And just in case you can't read the chat window, he's talking about the Star Wars Outlaws. I've got a couple of uploaded videos on my channel for that, pretty recent here. But yeah, guys, it's so much fun. It's like another Breath of the Wild, just different universe, you know. Some of the game mechanics, yeah, they're different. But the feel of the game, I am loving it. It's definitely one of my top 5 that I'll definitely keep replaying and recycling. See, I'll be starting a fresh video series for that Star Wars Outlaw starting on Switch 2 launch day, which will be the 4th of September. So that's next week. That's coming up real quick, guys. That's like 5 days away, give or take. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. In fact, I'll be doing a live stream for that one on Monday because it's a holiday here in America. So I will be doing like probably a little bit of a marathon play, just random stuff, you know, doing a few quests just to kind of show the game so you can see it in 2K, you can see it in 60 FPS because it really is a beautiful game. And my uploads, the reason they don't look so good, they almost look like there's a frame rate problem, is I'm finding out my editing software does not allow me to export and edit in 60 FPS, so it dumbs the frames down, and that's what's really hurting the beauty of the game on the uploads. But I can work around that and do it live, so at least you can see the beauty of it that way. But yeah, guys, it's such a fun game. For you Zelda fans out there, it's definitely worth looking into. Now, be careful, because you're going to see a lot of bad reviews. When the game first launched last year, it was terrible. A lot of problems. The gameplay was really horrible. A lot of people complained, but Ubisoft listened, and they've addressed all of that. And I got to tell you guys, that one of the best games I've ever bought. So yeah, again, just definitely worth looking into a little bit. Yeah, Purple Rain, I figured. I remembered that from back in the day. That Purple Rain movie. And then there was a Prince song, I think. Same title. Thank you so much, Boomin. Appreciate that. Oh, Kathy, I hadn't noticed. I'll have to pay more attention to Link's feet, I guess, and so I can comment on that. Anatomically incorrect. Yeah, I don't know, Marigold. That's a real good question. What would be the anatomically correct foot for a walking fish? I guess like fin feet or webbed feet or something. I don't know. I'll have to ponder that more. Yeah, Draven, I'm with you on that. I wish there was a better ability that came with her. I much prefer to keep the fairies going. So that's one bad thing about the superpower here that I forgot to talk about, is if you're using Mipha's Grace and you die, Mipha's Grace activates, that's great, you know, it saves your life. But fairies, they just work better. And the bad thing is, once you have Mipha's Grace running, fairies stop spawning in the game. So, to me, it's just... You know, if they didn't take away the fairies from spawning in, I'd be happy with Mipha's Grace. I'd be using it, you know, and then that would cook off, and then you'd have your fairies still. But yeah, you know, if you have 4 or 5 fairies in your pouch, that's the way to go. Because if you keep dying, you know, you've got lifelines there. Whereas Mipha's Grace, it's a one-shot deal. So I definitely forgot to talk about that earlier on. So yeah, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and disable that, because I do not use it. Bye-bye. And then I will turn your boss's fury back on. Bada bing, bada bang. Re-drop a hard save, just so I don't forget to do that in the future, and then wonder why I'm running Mipha's Grace for no reason. Oh, Anonymous, thank you so much for that $5 donation. That actually feeds a family for an entire day. Whole family. So thank you so much for your kindness on that. Definitely helps. The anguish of defeat. So Draven, I don't know about that glitch. I've actually never done it. I know there's a lot of video tutorials out there on it. I'm going to get it, you know, the straight up way. I think it's 13 heart containers you need. But I really don't get the sword anyway in my playthroughs, just because we have better weapons. But I will go ahead and get my hands on that for the Master Sword Trials. That'll be later on, after I do the Divine Beasts, because I'm really itching to do that. I love the DLC trials and challenges. So yeah, we'll get the sword at some point. We'll do the trials and stuff. It'll be fun. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to play with the sword a little bit more this playthrough. Yeah, you're right, Keely. Ocarina of Time. They do bring a lot in from other games into this one, which I really liked. Yeah, absolutely, Purple Rain, and happy to have y'all. Definitely appreciate it. Marigold, are you going to try No Man's Sky Voyagers? I am not familiar with that. I guess I haven't seen any news on that. Which is a shame, because I check, like, game news every day. So somehow that article just hasn't come up yet. But yeah, I'll look into that. NMS Voyagers. Sounds legit. Sounds like something I'd get into. Yeah, because I liked No Man's Sky, so definitely. Alright guys, so yeah, we'll go ahead and call this one done. Just under 2 hours here. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I always appreciate that. It's kind of become a family, which I never could have anticipated from, you know, getting into doing the stream deal. But I just love how you guys can really come together, and we can all just enjoy a little bit of game time together. So definitely appreciate having y'all. And yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace out, y'all.